Every person has 5 guaranteed rights, no matter what your beliefs.
Number 1, right to life. Every human being is absolutely equal to all others, and this right is applied universally. The moral norm prohibits the direct taking of the life of an innocent human being.
Number 2, right to respect. Every mother has a right to respect for her dignity, religious, moral, social, and cultural values, and the right to be free from every form of unjust discrimination during pregnancy and childbirth.
Number 3, right to treatment. Essential obstetric care must always be provided, nor must anything morally upright be deliberately omitted in order to provoke the death of either mother or child.
Number 4, right to skilled care. Every mother and unborn child has the right to competency in all skills associated with the care for herself and her unborn baby.
Right to compassionate care. There must be profound compassion for the mother, her partner, and their families, no matter what their religious beliefs.
Good evening. In October of 2012, Savita Halapanavar, a 31-year-old dentist from India living in Ireland, was taken to the hospital because of extreme back pain. She was 17 weeks pregnant at the time, and it was quickly determined she was having a miscarriage. Over the next 3 days, Halapanavar and her husband, Praveen, repeatedly requested an abortion. The hospital denied the request even though the fetus was not viable, stating that abortion is illegal under Irish constitution. It was only after the fetal heartbeat stopped that the fetus was removed, but by this time Halapanavar was diagnosed with sepsis, an infection that developed from her miscarriage, and an E. coli ESBL. This eventually led her to her death on October 28th due to multiple organ failure. While abortion is not a cure for sepsis or any other medical condition, it has become highly debated around the country whether or not an abortion would have saved her life. Doctors felt that they were constrained by Irish law and could not perform an abortion even though the mother's life was in danger. Halapanavar was neither Irish nor Catholic, but because she was living in a Catholic state, she was denied her right to an abortion. The death of Halapanavar sparked widespread massive protests in Ireland, the goal being a change in the abortion laws. Ireland is highly developed in healthcare, having one of the lowest maternal mortality rates in the world. But that does not necessarily mean it protected Halapanavar from Ireland's abortion laws, which are shaped by the Catholic Church. In Ireland, there has to be a real and substantial risk to the mother's life before the obstetricians can intervene, and there are no guidelines on quantifying that risk to help them in their decisions. Taking a look at what happened in the U.S. during the Roe v. Wade case, it is obvious that public protests make a huge impact on changes in these laws. Lawmakers in Ireland who defend their country's near-total ban on abortion rely on the same politically driven arguments echoed across much of the U.S. by opponents of women's freedom to choose, as they try to chip away at access to safe and legal abortion. As Halapanavar's case devastatingly demonstrates, even during a planned pregnancy, a woman must sometimes consider an abortion. Thank you.
Here's Thomas with the latest news update.
Thanks, Lane. This is Thomas Rennie reporting live from Alumni Hall on North Mount Hermon campus.
What Miss Halapanavar suffered from was an inevitable miscarriage. An inevitable miscarriage is one that is imminent and cannot be prevented. It is characterized by bleeding, uterine cramps, ruptured membranes, and cervical dilation. The risk for infection becomes high, which can cause even more complications to occur. The testimony of the consultant obstetrician was that Miss Halapanavar was not sick enough to be allowed a termination, according to Ireland's legal position on abortion. However, there is clear evidence that she was rapidly deteriorating on the evening of October 23rd. Her heart rate was 110 beats per minute, and her widower reports that she was shivering and her teeth were chattering. A rapid heart rate and shaky chills are clear clinical signs that she was gravely ill.
The ability of a woman to have control of her body is critical to civil rights. It doesn't matter what you believe, the matter of abortion should be the mother's choice, not government officials. The difficult decision to end a pregnancy, to choose adoption, or to raise a child should be up to the woman, in consultation with her family, her faith, and her doctor. The Medical Council guidelines are very clear that all necessary medical treatment must be given to women in pregnancy, and necessary medical treatment was not given to Halapanavar.
The fact that Halapanavar did not have an abortion did not claim her life. The current guidelines set out for doctors by the Irish Medical Council allow interventions to treat women when necessary, even if that treatment indirectly results in the death to the baby. If they aren't being followed, laws on abortion won't change that. The issue then becomes about the medical protocols being followed in hospitals and not about the absence of legal abortion in Ireland. Even though Ireland is a Catholic country, our public hospitals don't operate under religious dogma of any persuasion.
No civilized society permits one human to intentionally harm or take the life of another human without punishment. And abortion is no different. Abortion never saves a woman's life, it just kills a baby.
Thanks, Thomas. I'm here where the Irish Catholic bishops are responding to the death of Miss Hall of Navarre. Let's hear what they have to say.
The death of Miss Halpinavar and her unborn child on October 28th is a devastating tragedy. We share the anguish and sorrows expressed by so many at the tragic loss of a mother and her baby in these circumstances, and we express our sympathy to the family of Miss Halpinavar. We wish to reaffirm some of the aspects of the Catholic moral teachings. The Catholic Church has never taught that the life of the child in the womb should be preferred to that of the mother. Both are sacred with an equal right to life. Abortion is the direct and intentional destruction of an unborn baby, and it is gravely immoral in all circumstances. This is different to medical treatments, which do not directly and intentionally seek to end the life of the unborn baby. We believe, like many other religious and ethical traditions, in upholding the equal and unalienable right to life of a mother and her unborn child in our laws and medical practice.
Halpinavar died on October 28, 2012 due to multiple organ failure. She was 17 weeks pregnant before she suffered from a miscarriage. This eventually resulted in blood infection before her heart stopped. Her death sparked nationwide protests criticizing the current abortion laws.